Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jerry Seinfeld. I know I don't look it, but this is what happens when you get young. I'm originally from on Long Island, New York. Yes, that's right. I'm from on Long Island because you don't live in Long Island. You live on Long Island. It makes no sense, but we tell everyone that anyways. If you want to go shopping, you go into the city. You don't go on to the city. And yet we still tell people this. We say, we're from on Long Island. If you step right outside the city, you're on Long Island. You're not in it. You're on it. It makes no sense to me. If my mom ever wanted to go shopping, she'd say, come on, kids, we're going to go into the city. We got to go get on the train. You got to get on the train. What? We don't get into a train? No, you get onto a train. You look up. It makes no sense. There's no guy on top of the train. You don't get onto the train. You don't straddle it and ride it into the city. It makes no sense whatsoever. You don't get into it. You get onto it. And why would you ever take a train? So you can get off the train. Of course. And when you get into the city, you can get into a taxi. You don't get onto a taxi. You get into a taxi. And you drive into the city. Now, that's another thing. We give cab drivers way too much credit. It makes no sense. We let them drive fast and reckless, going around these sharp turns like they're a NASCAR driver. And we just sit in the back going, oh, well, he's a professional. I can see his cab driver's license right there. It's in the window. It makes no sense. And another thing, you might not even ride in a taxi. If you're one of these new kids, you might use an Uber. What's the deal with Uber? You don't get into an Uber. You don't get onto an Uber. What do you do with Uber? You take an Uber, of course. And it makes no sense. What is it, free? We're just letting a stranger pull up in their car. They say, hey, somebody order an Uber. And we go, yeah, I ordered an Uber. And we just hop in with them like it's no big deal. They're giving us gum and mints, and we're just getting into their car and letting them drive us somewhere. We have no clue who they are. We have no clue what's in their car, and we're still getting into it. For centuries, our parents have told us, don't take candy from strangers. Don't get into cars with strange men. And yet we're still doing both at the exact same time. It makes no sense. Have we learned nothing, folks? I mean, think about Uber this way. It's a random person with a random car. I could pull up to a nightclub right now and say, somebody order an Uber, and some guy will immediately come out and say, oh, yeah, I ordered one, and they'll let me drive him somewhere. I could kidnap him, and he'd have no clue.